Okay, today's video we have obviously a TWID, which we're not going to get into right now. There's a lot of bad things in the TWID. We will make videos on it, and it's going to be multiple videos because it's a long TWID and there's a lot of bad stuff. But the biggest thing we're going to focus on is this thing right here. It says passing the torch 14 hours ago. We click on this, let's read this and talk about it. A message from Pete Parsons, whatever how you say his name. If you don't know who this is the dingleberry that spent more money on a car collection than he put on his own game. He's horrible at spending money. This is literally the reason why Bungie went bankrupt. Well, one of the reasons. It was a lot of reasons, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of things that made Bungie basically go bankrupt at one point where they had no money, even though they made a ton. Horrible money management as a whole, and this guy is not helping the issue. So let's see what he has to say. To the Bungie community, after more than 2 decades of helping build this incredible studio, sure, establishing the Bungie Foundation and growing inspiring communities around our work, I decided to pass the torch. This journey has been the honor of a lifetime. I'm deeply proud of the worlds we've built together and the millions of players who call them home. Yeah, I don't know what Bungie's smoking, but there are not millions of players in this game anymore. Not even close. We're not even near close to 1 million players. Like, overall, I'd say we'd be lucky if between all the consoles and PC, we equal flipping 1 million if we're lucky. And even then, I don't think we're even close to that. Literally, the launch of Steam said everything we needed to know. No one showed up, not even on console. The console player base was very low as well, I'm pretty sure, so. But anyways, let's continue. And most of all, I am privileged by the opportunity to work alongside the incredible minds at Bungie. I'll agree there's people that have talked from Bungie that seem to have really good minds, really good ideals, but they never seem to ever come out, so obviously their minds aren't being used to the fullest capacity, which is horrible for any business. So, unfortunate. Poor guys at Bungie, poor people at Bungie aren't allowed to be creative. Kinda sucks. When I was asked to lead Bungie in 2015, my goal was to grow us into a new studio capable of creating and sustaining icon. Did he just say 2 decades? Oh yeah, I guess he was working here prior. It's just he just became leader. Yeah, okay, never mind. At 2015, he became leader. I was about to say that's not 2 decades. My brain, just ignore me. My goal was to grow us into a studio capable of creating and sustaining iconic generation-spanning entertainment. We have been through so much together. We launched a bold new chapter for Destiny, built in an inviolable. I don't know. That looks weird. Independent live ops organization capable of creating and publishing its own games, and join the incredible family of Sony Interactive Entertainment. Yeah, you're no longer creating your own games. You literally lasted what, like 2 years creating your own games, 2-3 years, and now you're sucked back up to somebody else that was giving you money because you weren't succeeding. You would succeed 1 season out of the year, and that was not acceptable for your money and margin, especially if you using all their money to buy fancy cars. Bro's paycheck was massive for doing nothing. We know it's obvious, but it's okay. What do you expect? Higher-ups always give a ton of money for nothing. Today marks the right time for a new beginning. The future of Bungie will be in the hands of a new generation of leaders, and I am thrilled to announce that Justin Truman will be stepping into leadership as Bungie's new studio head. If you don't know who this is the guy that stated over-delivery was a problem. When, by the way, they didn't over-deliver anything. They gave us something that was supposed to be present for a long time. They gave us what they always said the game was going to be, is what they gave us. And they gave it to us once, and he claims it was over delivery. You literally for years were saying what the game should have been, and you finally gave it to us, and then you said it was over delivery. That is not how that works. And yes, I know some people might define, well, they didn't realize it was over delivery until they did. No, it is an ever-expanding universe. It's an ever-expanding game. It doesn't have the choice of over-delivery. I've said this in past things before. There is no such thing as over-delivery. Because once you do give something over-delivery, air quotes here, now we understand what you can do, so now we want you to do that and more. You've given us a new reality to reach. You've given us a new station that you can reach yourselves. So we want that, because that's what made the game great, was that air quote over-delivery. So, this guy is the worst possible person other than Pete Parsons himself. It was literally the worst option to put in any type of higher-up position. And he was already in a higher-up position, and now he's gone even higher. This is stupid beyond belief. And by all means, as far as I care, this game is dead now. Because this DLC launched absolutely shitty. Yeah, the lore was cool. A lot of the implications of the lore was cool. But the actual everything after it was just absolute dog shit and trash. Nobody's liked it. Because it was horribly designed. Because they decided to expand a huge amount of distance for something that's super small and should be easy access. And then things that should be slightly harder to get, they made way too hard to get. Where it takes too much time to the point where it's a problem. There's a grind, and then there's a big grind. The 400 to 450 is a grind, and I don't think it's that bad of a grind. I made a video the other day that explains it. That explains like what they should have done, and I think if they would have done what I just said with the video, it would make it a lot better, personally. And I know, as a whole, from what I've talked to people, it would have been nicer. The tier system was okay, tying it to level. It's they made it too big and broad instead of making it smaller and more accessible. And making it even in part a grind, which would be worth it for tier 5s, they should have still made it accessible to a certain extent. Lower ends easier to get, higher ends, slower and harder to get like they have it, but there's not as much numbers between it. Too many numbers between it, and that's the problem. Way too many numbers. Anyways, we're going to continue reading. Like I had a rant there because this dude is handing it. This is the worst guy for Bungie's head, is handing it off to the next worst guy that works at Bungie. So this is not a great system, period. Well, we'll continue reading. I have worked alongside Justin for many years. His passion for our games, our team, and our players is unmatched. That's complete horseshit. That's the biggest horseshit I've ever said. Literally my statement. Literally what his statement was, what I just stated that he stated, literally proves that entire sentence is bullshit and wrong instantly. He has no passion for the game. He wants to give us barely anything and expects us to enjoy it and love it, which is exactly what Edge of Fate was. Gave us the bare minimal of a new system, made it a complete shit show, and expected us to enjoy it and want it. And then the parts we do enjoy about, they're now nerfing, which is with the Twid, they're now nerfing and making it impossible to, or not worth your time to do. And it just makes it worse. They completely fuck the system even more and more. And welcome to Bungie. They can't get it right. And with this guy in charge, they're not even going to get close to getting it right. So yeah, this sucks. As a leader in engineering, production and design, and most recently as general manager for Destiny 2 and our chief development officer, he has been instrumental in bringing some of the most memorable moments in Bungie's history to life. I would like to say every single moment he's been a part of, like a major part of, not a small part, a major part of, has been a failure. I want that on record. Because literally every time they bring something out and it's announced that he was a major part in it, it is always the things that we hate the most in the game. Or things where like, okay, this part of it's great, but the rest of this is a complete waste of our time, or it's completely shit. So he either is hugely part of a nailing system of a part of a system, or it's completely shit whenever he's majorly in charge of some or part of some. So this just proves how fucked we are. This game is dead. I don't know if this was Sony or if this was just literally Pete Parsons. So he's like, oh, can't milk this cow anymore, so let me get out of here and put someone else in charge. And just picked, I guess, the worst guy ever, because, I don't know, crazy motherfuckers. I don't know what else to say. But anyways, let's continue reading. He lives and breathes the studio, and I have full confidence that he is the right person to lead Bungie forward. Yeah, Parsons, you're as useless as it fucking comes to leading a company. You've proven that the last couple, since 2015, bro. Like, you've proven it. You're the worst fucking management there's ever been for higher up. So, and your judgment, if you think someone is good, that automatically is going to make them the worst option. Now, if Sony's doing this, well, Sony, I'm very disappointed in you, because you picked, again, the worst person to put in play here. But, whatever, keep reading this just because, why not? Thank you for being the best, most passionate community in gaming. It has been a privilege to serve you. As for me, I'll be second star to the right and straight on till morning. I have no clue what that means, but privileged to serve you, my ass, bitch. You never served us. You had everyone else serve us, and you got free money. And they didn't even serve us right because you wouldn't let them, more than likely, or at least somebody in charge higher up ain't letting people make shit worth of shit. So yeah, well, whatever. Let's continue reading. A message from Justin Truman. In the 15 years I've been a developer at Bungie, I've worn a lot of different hats. As an engineer, I wrote some code I'm really proud of for our original weapon abilities and networking in Destiny 1. As a designer, I helped craft many of our Destiny 2 systems, including some of the in-game systems I got terribly wrong at Destiny 2 launch. Now, before people say, well, he admits he fucked up, I can admit I fuck up to some doesn't mean I actually give a shit. Okay, just because Sony admits they did something dumb doesn't mean they actually feel like they did something dumb. Okay, that's how that works. We can't see his face. We can't see if he has passion and like, I fucked up, but it's not gonna happen again. But we know that's bullshit because that if he fucked up the beginning of the D2 launch, several things, and then now we've got things that are fucked up he's in charge of, and we've got things as a whole that he's been part of before, including his over-delivery speech. As a whole, we've noticed he sucks. He completely sucks. There's nothing been bad shit from him. Literally. Absolute useless of a designer. I don't know if everything he's made is bad, but everything he's been in charge of, like a major part in charge of, has been shit. It doesn't mean that the things he's made in the past weren't bad or good. It doesn't mean that. What it means is, for Destiny 2, the major things he's had an impact on have been shit. Or if they have slight good parts to them, they're definitely the parts he didn't design or create. So, as a whole, this is the worst person still. So I'm not very happy about this. And I noticed a lot of people on Twitter and on YouTube and on everywhere. You name it, on the forums, you name it, Reddit, everywhere. Everyone is pissed. I know Twitter is always toxic, so I have to put the other places in there too. But as a whole, no one's happy about this guy at all. And I don't blame him. This guy's the worst person ever. As a producer, I helped our team build and roll out Destiny's first seasons. Okay. So, he says as a producer, he helped the team build and roll out Destiny's first seasons. So, the first seasons weren't that bad. I'll admit that. The first seasons we got at the beginning, they were pretty good. I don't know if they're counting seasons from the Forsaken era or they're counting seasons as actual seasons from Shadowkeep. And those were lore-wise great. Actual-wise, pretty trash. I think there was one really good, and the other two were, or other three were shit, or two were good and two were bad. I don't remember. It's been years, but I know lore-wise, a couple of them were really good, but I don't know about the rest. So I can't state that. But even then, he's a producer, which means if anyone understands producing, their job is to sit there, say yes or no, and that's about it. So, if anything, the reason things that didn't get put in the game, that we've seen things that were like, oh my god, that had been insane for this season, why didn't we get it? He's the reason we didn't get those awesome things. So if anything, even if they were good, they could have been better. Because we've always seen people from Bungie show us work that would have looked like if they were allowed to complete their work. And then they got to decide to get scrapped or massively narrowed. And massively narrowed has always sucked. So, yeah, either way, still not happy about it. Whatever. Continuing. More recently, have helped out with our overall talent strategy at Chief Development Officer and have been helping the Marathon team as we build our next one. Okay, so Marathon was shit because of this guy. We now know this confirmation. It's this fucker that's making Marathon shit. Good to fucking know. It's his fault. I know I'm putting all the blame there, and that's somewhat of a joke, but at the same time, again, this is the guy that literally said over-delivery is bad. And they didn't over-deliver at all. They gave us what they've been saying they were going to give us for years. And it was not much. It was better than what we had, but it was not much difference. It was slightly different. And if that was over-delivery, then god damn it, Battlefield 6 fucking is absolutely the worst game in history. That's right. That's right. If that, he said that over-delivery statement, if that was over-delivery, then Battlefield 6 is the worst game ever created. That's going to make a lot of people angry. That's going to cause some rage right there. Because Battlefield 6 is amazing. Everyone loves it. Everyone's happy about it. Everyone thinks it's a great game. So that's the point I'm making there. In case you didn't understand it, that's what I'm making. Across all of these different roles, Bungie's purpose has stayed clear. We create worlds that inspire friendship. Well, no you don't, because you make solo ops and everyone just goes play solo ops all day. And now you're going to nerf it and make it where it's still horrible to farm the other ops because they don't give you shit. So solo ops still might be worth farming, even though it's going to be slower. It'll also be faster because Fireteam ops is shit still. Again, that's a video for another day, but still. The twit is shit, okay? The twit is shit. I'm raging about the twit here at the same time. The twit is shit. When we're at our best, we create those worlds alongside you. When you're at your best. When the fuck have y'all been at your best? Forsaken. How many years has that been? You bring one season a year if we're lucky that is good. That is actually good. And the other three or the other two or however they want to put it, the other ones have always been shit. If we're lucky, we get one season that's good, or we get a DLC that's good. That is it. When the fuck have y'all been at your best? Your higher-ups never let the community to help them. And yeah, I know communities sometimes are dumb, and they shouldn't. But there was a lot of great ideals. There's a lot of communication of the community as a general whole, what people want. So when there's enough people, when it's majority of your game followers saying this is what needs to happen, and they don't do it, there's an issue. And they do the opposite of it. They don't just not do it. They do the opposite of what people are asking, and then everyone hates it, and they wonder what went wrong. I'm sorry, but when the fuck is coming, Bungie? When have you been at your best? People have been angry at your game forever, and we keep playing it because it's an addiction. But as we saw Edge of Fate, no one showed up. Nobody showed the fuck up because nobody wants to play this shitty game because we're tired of the fucking Rickroll bullshit at this point. We create those worlds alongside you, our player community, and build something that matters. Yeah. Anyways, something that's worth your time, your passion, and your investment. What the fuck? This is literally the most fucking press conference fucking title thing I've ever read in my life. And it's complete horseshit. Whoever wrote this had to be Sony trying to write this to try to make it better. Sony, if this was you, y'all gotta stop, okay? No. If this wasn't Sony, then this sure as hell's gotta stop. Because it's the worst fucking read I've ever read in my life. Something that I've learned, hopefully, over-delivers. I'm glad he gets the meme, but at the same time he gets the meme and yet he doesn't understand it's serious as well as a meme. You still don't over-deliver. You don't even deliver anymore. You don't under-deliver. You don't deliver shit. Like, what? And before people say, oh, well, he wouldn't have had any access to Edge of Fate, it wouldn't have been his thing. He was in charge. He was a major in charge for Edge of Fate. He was majorly in charge for everything in Bungie for the most part. Now he's literally in charge of everything. So, yeah. He had a fucking factor in it. He had a huge factor in it. Also, this is not something that would have just happened overnight. This would have been months in the making. The community wouldn't have known about it, but in the background, the office, everything was going on in offices would have slowly been changing within the few months. So they've known this for a while. Bungie employees have known this for quite a while. That means they had to go to him whenever they were going to approve something, to get something approved. So, hello? Everything we got that's shit is because of him. Bro is the problem. Fucking Sony, please, for the love of this game, yeet this bitch out of here as well. Yeet them all, okay? The higher-ups are all shit. Yeet them all. Get new motherfuckers in, please. Thank you. Anyway, let's continue reading. I've also been part of these efforts at Bungie when we've maybe not been at our best. You've always been part of it when they're not their best, which is every single season for the most part. Because you always get it one fucking section away from being okay, or one section away from being perfect, and then the next season you absolutely shit on everything. Problem child, please. Get rid of him. Fuck. When we stumbled and realized through listening to our community that we have missed the mark. Oh, I'm sorry. So the entire Twid today was listening to the community? Oh, wait. No, it wasn't. Because literally everything you said in the Twid was what no one said for the fucking Twid. No one said those changes. They wanted better changes, not half-assed 1% changes that do nothing in the long run, and then horrible changes that screw everything up. The Twitch shows you haven't listened to a single fucking word this season! Bro! Fuck me, this guy's dumber than shit. And yes, more than likely someone wrote this for him, and he didn't even probably write this himself, truthfully. So, or if he read it, he probably spoke and someone wrote down parts of it and made it sound better. Either or. So, but still, I'm still making the point. This does not help his case at all. I know I've personally learned a lot over the years, as have all of us here, from those conversations. Yet we still have the same issues we've had for years, and nothing has gotten better and everything has gotten worse. How the fuck have you learned anything? What the fuck? I'm committed to supporting and working alongside every member of the team here as we continue pouring our hearts and souls into these worlds. No, I bet the team is. You're not. You're going and pouring your souls into the money-grubbing bitch-ass hoe. You ain't fucking putting your soul and heart into this game. You're putting your soul into the money you get. That's all you care about. Just like your predecessor, Pete bitch-ass Powersons, motherfuckers. Money-grubbing bastards have no care for a problem. You know what the difference is between you fucking idiots and actual true billionaires and high-end millionaires? They want their business to succeed. They'll do whatever it takes to succeed so they make that money. Whereas you dumb fucks just are making money and go like, oh, we're making money, we're happy. We don't care what we do, we just making money. Oh, we didn't make money, let me bail the fuck out. That's exactly what's happened every single time. And it's not because your team ain't trying, it's because you dumbasses don't care. You rather put zero work into your game and get $1 million, and then when you don't get $1 million, you cry like a little bitch. And we cry as a community because you're stupid. So welcome to the fucking rage, I guess. We're all rage baiting each other at this point. Fucking hell. I am committed to supporting and working alongside every member of the team as we continue pouring our hearts and souls into these worlds that we love and that we hope have been worth your time and your passion. Because ultimately, those worlds only exist and thrive with you in them. Yeah, you still don't cater to the player base. You do the opposite of what we say, or you do a half-assed version that it makes it even worse in one way or another. Bungie, what? Remember people, every single bad thing that happens from now on, everything that we say we want and we get the opposite of, and it's the worst option there is because of this idiot is just as bad as Pete Parsons. We've already witnessing it happen, and that's crazy. On every level, that's crazy. We are hard at work now doing that, both with Marathon and Destiny. We're currently heads down, but we'll have more to show you in both of those worlds later this year. As in, they're just gonna fucking... At this point, I think they're just gonna basically have tons of other companies build the game for them, put it together, and then they'll say, look what we did! Because they can't seem to get it right. So, that's what it seems like it's going at this point. I appreciate your passion, your perspective, and the time you spend with us. Per Audica ad Astra? I don't know what that means. Call me dumb. I probably knew what this meant at one point. I probably understood this. But now I'm just so in the fucking rage mode, I don't even know what the fuck that means. Justin Truman, studio head, Bungie. Well, rip the game. The game is fucking doomed. I'm gonna go play Battlefield. Fuck this. Battlefield is new life, I guess. I don't know. New games, babies. Who wants to play a new game? Who wants to go play Pac-Man? Let's go find Pac-Man. Multiplayer Pac-Man. Somebody make it. If it already exists, tell me where it's at. I want to play it. Fuck it. We're gonna go play Pac-Man. Multiplayer Pac-Man, baby. Let's go find it and play it. Fuck it. I've ranted a lot in here, but I think my rant... So it just exploded. Is justified. I think there's a huge issue with this game because the higher-ups are stupid. And they're too busy worrying about making money, and when they don't make money, they cry like little bitches. And they get upset because the community doesn't like what they did because they won't let people actually build a better game. So, good job. You've moved it from the worst fucking idiot to the next worst idiot. So, this game is screwed. It's doomed. I don't even think for a second this thing will survive. I really don't. We've already seen this with the Twid today, so yeah, we'll make a video on the Twid tomorrow, but we had to have this first because this was the funniest, dumbest, saddest, most depressing thing I've ever read from Bungie. Fuck the Twid, which is already depressing. This is absolutely depressing. As you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, the content you think. Fuck me. Let's go find a new game, because it seems Bungie is definitely doomed Destiny. I'm probably going to finish out this season, this episodal season, whatever they want to call them, just because, you know, I already started it. I want my loot, but other than that, I don't know, dude. This is just kind of going endlessly stupidly in a circle. Anyways, thanks for watching. Adios, we out. Bye.